Big changes are happening at the Universal Kids Resort construction site. Rides and attractions are starting to rise up in the park skyline, and we're getting a much clearer idea of what will be in the ride lineup. Since my last update, we now officially have confirmation on the names and models of the two coasters within the park. While the coasters may be clones found at other parks, the theme will be unlike anything we've seen. Furthermore, there may be evidence of big budget cuts within the park as we start to compare the resort to its original site plan.
And I'm going to share the progress of Universal Kids Resort and see how this once pile of dirt is quickly turning into a colorful park that's starting to come to life.
The first thing you'll notice at the construction site is the completed coaster within the troll section of the park. The entire layout is complete, and we have confirmation that the name will be Rhonda's Trollfest Express. I have to be honest, I've never heard of this character. A quick search revealed that Rhonda is a minor character from Trolls Band Together, the third Trolls movie from 2023. Within the movie, she is a living portable armadillo bus with special powers. Looking at the artwork, it perfectly matches the Sierra trains we saw in the last update when I incorrectly guessed it was for the Jurassic Park section, because I thought they were dinosaur scales. It's undeniable that this coaster is themed to Rhonda. As previously mentioned in the last update, this is the Sierra Force 190 coaster. It has a height of 25 feet along 630 feet of track. However, the train usually cycles twice due to the short length. This is the perfect starter for kids that want to have their first coaster experience, and it makes sense it would be in a park targeted towards 3 to 11-year-olds. Right next to Rhonda's Trollfest Express is another ride that's starting to rise up along the skyline. This will be themed to trolls and will be a Zamperla's Samba 8 tower. This tower model typically rises up to roughly 40 feet, holding 8 balloon-like ride vehicles. The ride's 8 gondolas are currently sitting in the parking lot, so soon we'll get a clear idea of the color and the exact Trolls theme for this tower ride. Let's move on to updates for the Bikini Bottom section of the park. The one ride that seems to be installed at the moment is the Zamperla Rock and Tug. It's under wraps right now. The vehicle was revealed earlier, and it's an exact copy of what can be found at SeaWorld Australia and Nickelodeon Universe in New Jersey. Expect the same type of theming and ride experience here. Just across the Rock and Tug is where the Krusty Krab should be located according to the rendering that was released 2 years ago. I should note, based on construction, a few things have shifted around. Hopefully Mr. Krabs' burger joint will still make an appearance here. Speaking of things shifting around, I discovered a SpongeBob ride that wasn't on the latest map rendering. Here you will see what seems to be roughly 20 gondolas to which I believe is themed to the boats in SpongeBob. Looking closely, you can see they are manufactured by Sierra. Nearby, there are 20 arms to an attraction that are the same color as the underside of the gondolas. Therefore, I believe this to be a Sierra roundabout. Thanks to Texney and their aerial videos of the construction, you can see where the roundabout will be located. I find this interesting because the location of this roundabout is where this large building was going to be. You can see it here in the rendering and the site plan, but the latest observations imply that this is no longer the case. Perhaps a major indoor attraction was axed to save on the park's budget. Who knows? This could be a sign that Universal lowered the budget for this park and opted for an inexpensive ride model that looks to be outdoors. I'm starting to believe this park won't have the extreme immersiveness that we see at Universal's parks on both coasts. Instead, this will just be like DreamWorks Land in Florida, but much bigger. Next, let's take a gander at the progress of the Shrek and Puss in Boots section of the park. The queue building and station for the Shrek carriage ride seems to be taking shape, but no sign of his hut or swamp quite yet. You can see they lowered the elevation of this ride to separate it from the troll section of the park. I'm curious as to what other barriers they'll put in place so you don't think there are trolls living right next door to Shrek's private swamp. A little further down, Puss in Boots' Spanish village is slowly coming together. Here we can see the clock tower on the main building along with the small theater. The Land's Lone Ride, a Zamperla flying carousel, has risen. Throughout the world, these swing rides can be delicately themed and hold 48 riders in 2-minute cycles. We've seen a few glimpses of what it will look like, but I'm curious as to what creative and gaudy design they have for this swing ride. Let's move over to some exciting new updates for the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous side of Universal Kids Resort. We have confirmation that the headliner coaster here will be called Jurassic World Cretaceous Coaster. This will be a Mock Rides Youngstar coaster model, and Universal already has 2 of these models in Beijing and Hollywood. Most, if not all, of the track is awaiting its final destination in the parking lot. Here, we can compare this track to the model in Beijing. The ride features an opening descent into a helix, followed by an airtime moment before a final helix that leads to a few twists and turns into the station. This Jurassic World coaster will be 40 feet tall along roughly 1,000 feet of track. This, along with the Minions Raft Ride, will be the headliners for the park. It should run a 2-train operation, so daily capacity should be very good for a park of this size. For the life of me, I can't figure out if this building next door is a queue or perhaps an interactive Jurassic World building or restaurant. However, here we can see the station for the Cretaceous coaster. I'm very curious as to what kind of immersive theming they will have for this area, as what we see is already more detailed and bigger than what we see on the latest park map rendering. Furthermore, it looks like supports and transfer track right out of the station have also been installed. I bet the coaster will be complete over the next few weeks, and perhaps we'll get a glimpse of the Cretaceous coaster trains. A short distance away, we can see that one of the 2 Zamperla jumping towers have been installed. Its brother is currently waiting in the parking lot, and they should provide solid kinetic energy as it sits next to a few playgrounds and interactive structures themed to Camp Cretaceous. Here we can see a queue overhang for the land's other tower ride, and the main building is coming along. I'm very curious as to what will be inside. Perhaps a Discovery Center, restaurant, meet and greet, gift shop, all of the above? This curiosity also extends to all the other rather large buildings in each land. They claim there wouldn't be any dark rides from the beginning, so time will tell what these buildings hold. The hotel has taken shape, and fairly soon we'll see the colorful exterior and the Universal sign above the entrance. We're already getting an early glimpse of the colors that will dot the building, and I must say, this building will be visible for miles with its eye-catching design. Looking through the entrance, you can see that the Trolls coaster will be within view to the left after walking through what should be a playground themed to Gabby's Dollhouse. The berm around the perimeter of the property is also on display. Here we can see early landscaping on a Universal Parkway before turning into the main parking lot. This currently serves as one of the main construction entrances, but I imagine we'll see Universal signage and additional landscaping by the park's opening next summer. On construction grounds that's just dirt and drab concrete buildings, we're finally starting to see some color emerge and rise up.
In the next few months, hopefully Universal will release a more definitive and final map rendering of the park.
Until then, it's fun to speculate and decipher the next ride that will break ground at Universal Kids Resort. If you like this video, please like or subscribe. I hope to bring more Universal, Disney, and other theme park content to my channel for the foreseeable future. See you in the next video.